Good afternoon, everybody. This is going to be a quick recap on our Phillies. We left about 7 guys, I believe it was, in scoring position today, so that was a kill for us. That's been a kill of the past couple games. However, our offense has not necessarily been, other than the last game, the kicker in why we've been losing. It's been more our bullpen pitching. Since if you look at the Braves, we lost 9-8 and 6-5 we won, so we scored 6 and 15-1. Of course, that was just a horrific game. And today's game was not much better. At least it was a 4-run game. However, though, and the Phillies just continue to not score for Eflin. They have fewer than 4 runs in 8 of his 13 starts. They're just not getting it done. The biggest problem we have right now, well, the 2 biggest problems I highlight are everyone's kind of slumping at the same time. Well, not everyone, but a few guys are slumping at the same time. We really have just had Scotty as our only consistent hitter in these past few games, these past 8 games, really, when the team's been slumping. And then Reese and JT kind of always go back and forth. My friend Andrew says that, shout out to him, all the time with their batting average, but both of those guys were a little bit off today. Segura's off on his timing. Everybody has their bad stretches, their bad months. I don't see this happening for Segura much longer, but we need to get him going, especially when he's in the leadoff spot. And we need to get Cesar going, especially when he's in the leadoff spot. A lot of this got moved around, and people got discombobulated a bit when Kutch got injured because they started having to get moved in the lineup and move back to the leadoff spot where Cesar was starting to get going where he was at and then was thrown right back into the leadoff spot. So it's an adjustment, but they have to adjust. The bigger thing to me is a lot of these games we lost that we could have won this year have been more times than not attributed to our bullpen than it has our offense. So I think it's great that we see Morgan going on rehab. We see Hunter went on rehab. Neshek's back already. Maybe he'll pitch tonight. And it's really good to see that because we need these guys to come back. We need more consistency out of a bullpen because we probably could have had 4 or 5 more wins right now where going on the skid would have been a pain in the ass, but not as big of a deal in the standings because we would have been in a better spot already, but that's not the case. So I think there's a few things that will turn around. Harper, there's also something like 65 guys with more homers than him this year, so he needs to get his power numbers back up. Of course, he also had that hesitation play around second when you're taught to never go to third. After you hesitate, Grandy was still almost safe and probably would have been without a perfect barehand pickup and chuck by Gerardo Parra. But I just think the bottom line is the boys need to start hitting and battling and rallying around each other because right now we have Scotty as our only consistent guy. JT's playing pretty well. He didn't do much today at all, but it was his game back. And everybody, I mean, there's been days off. The Nationals started hitting better in the end. Late into the game, they only had 3. The start of this game was weird where everybody was kind of swinging early. And it looked like hitters were a little bit off because of these couple days off. It does kind of throw you off. But you don't have an excuse for tonight's game at all. I wouldn't use that as an excuse to begin with. But you definitely have none for tonight's game because guess what? You played early today. You should be loose. You should be able to go. But we also need Jake the Snake to look on tonight as well. He needs to come out and pitch well. He needs to pitch at least as well as Zach did today because Zach pitched well today. 6 innings, 3 runs ain't bad. We just need to start scoring for Zach Eflin. And then Bruce is supposed to be back in tonight. That's a good bat to get back. He's been very good since we acquired him. Brad Miller's 2 for 2 off the bench since we acquired him. Hopefully he can continue to keep being a good pinch hitter for us because it's kind of the first time in his career he's getting that straight up mainly pinch hit role. And I just think we need to get back to the basics, and they should have a team meeting before the nighttime game and kind of just talk things through, get back to the basics, and just get back to playing hard, hustle, Philly baseball, and we'll be good because that's what's put us, the aggressiveness. So I'm not going to get on Harper a lot because he hesitated, but that aggressiveness is what put us in and over the top in some games as well. So it is what it is, but we need to answer tonight. We cannot lose 2 games in the doubleheader, especially when our pitcher pitched well today. We can't have double losses today. We need to win this game, and I think we need to win tomorrow too to get back on track, win this series, and then have the Fish, which it seems like when we went on a little skid earlier this year of a couple games we had the Fish. We're at least getting lucky there.
where we'll have the Fish again, and hopefully we can take advantage of them and win that series. Let's go, Phils. #ring the bell. This has been Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric. Peace out.